Hi folks, I want to introduce you to my new pedal board that I got. This is the Gator small pedal board. See, here it is, it's sitting in its case. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and show you what it is. And you'll see that this is the pedal board. It measures 7 inches by about 13.5 or 14 inches, and it's lightweight. The reason I got this is I figured I needed something for when I show up at a blues jam where all I get is 3 songs. I'm plugging into somebody else's amp that's already got the level set. I don't have any time for any kind of a sound check, and I need to be able to have my pedals that are sort of fastened on a board, ready to go, with a reliable power supply that I can just plug in and go. And that's what this does. And you'll see that there's no external power. This thing is being run by the Sanyo envelope. And this thing goes for about $120. I'm going to tell you what, it's worth every penny. If you turn it on, it powers the entire board. According to the specs, it'll provide 9 volts of power for something like 25 to 50 hours. I don't know whether or not that's true, but I don't doubt it. And the reason I say that is because I have used this with a larger board where I've had 8 pedals on it, and it drove the entire board no problem. And in addition to that, after I used it, I sort of closed up the board, and it maybe sat in my back room, and I turned it back on after about 9 months or so. And I have my multimeter, and I measured it, and it measured 9.1 volts worth of output coming out of this thing. So it's truly amazing. It's designed to shut off after I think 10 hours anyway. And then you can power it with the one spot. That's how I do it. And the reason I did this is I noticed that some of my power adapters created a lot of noise, especially with the compressor that's on. So this thing advertises that it provides clean power, and they're absolutely right. It does. It provides clean power. And the harness that I use in this thing is I think they call it the True Tone or the True Spot or whatever it is. So it has, I'll plug it into here. I'll just plug in right there, and then it can power 5 pedals. And it's not daisy chain, it's in parallel, so that you're not getting any kind of noise that's being transferred from one pedal to the other. So that's it. So when I show up, I can either, I have basically, sort of like 2 options. I can plug in, or I can run it from there. Either one, in case this thing ever goes down or fails on me, I've got this ready to go. Now the actual signal chain is I go guitar into the tuner. You'll see that I've got this little right angle thing, and I do that just so that I can leave it in the case, and I can actually just look down and just plug straight in. I don't even have to look sideways, and I have enough room in case the case is in the way. Then I go from there into the Keeley workstation. And I'm going to talk about this thing in a second. This is one of the best pedals that I've ever got, at least in the last 10 years for sure. And then I go from there into the TC electronic flashback. So the theory behind this, of course, is that with this mod workstation, what I get, not a mod workstation, it's the tone workstation. What I get with it is, first of all, I get a compressor. You got to have a compressor, and it's a really good compressor. It's as good as any compressor out there, and I'll put it up there with the Exotic and with the Wampler, the Keeley. You get any one of those, and you can't go wrong. They provide very clean compression, and it's very tweakable. So I really like that. I generally will leave this on all the time with a lot of level and a lot of sustain, and then I'll just use the blend knob to dial in as much of my dry signal as I want. In the middle here, you basically you can have a clean boost. It has the Keeley clean boost when this little switch is down. Or if you flick the switch up, then you get the 1962, and then you get another drive. So this could be sort of your next drive in the chain. You can call this drive 1. And then on the third channel here, it's the third pedal, you actually get, as far as I'm concerned, really sort of 2 pedals in one. You get the red dirt pedal, which is modeled, as I understand it, on the Tube Screamer 808 with the Keeley mod. So if you put it down here on the mod section, that's what you get, and you get a really nice, you get a drive. And I have the 808 and I have the TS9, and I think the world of them. And this is basically that pedal, and maybe a little bit better. And also, if you really want to, you like a lot of drive, you can flick the switch up, and then you get what they call the baked sound. So you can get really sort of over the top, crazy, creamy overdrive as much as you want. I think the way I'm going to use this, most likely, is I'm probably going to have use the clean boost, and then have the red dirt pedal set on the mod. So for blues jams, you don't really need to have all that much like heavy metal type drive. Then I have the TC electronic flashback over here, and the reason I like this one, and there are a couple of really good delay pedals. I like the carbon copy. I'm happy with my Boss DD7. What I like about this pedal for this particular use is that you can do a setting where you can go with the tone print if you need. But I have found that for my purposes, for this kind of setting, I can use the tape delay. And with the tape delay, I'm still getting my single slapback delay that I want on any speed that I want. But in addition to that, the tape gives it a little bit of a wobble to it. So it simulates a Deja Vibe or a chorus. So I'm getting all of that in one board. And the whole thing is really nice and sort of lightweight. I have my tape down here so that I've got my settings sort of marked, so that when I get to the gig, I've got, it just kind of reminds me. Sometimes I'll go there, I'll plug stuff in, and I'll forget to even set the dials because I'm just in a hurry. But that just reminds me to just take a real quick look and see where my dials are, and sort of set everything up. Anyway, that's it. The Gator small pedal board comes in this nice little handy case. Does everything that I want. So anyway, so that's it. So thanks for listening, guys.